Hi everyone. It's Lancasters Mi-Kis again. Um, as a lot of people know, we were expecting a litter from Jet, and as you can see, we had it. Um, we had two beautiful little babies. One is a little male, the little brown one, and then we have this precious little dark brown and white female. Jet is doing well. It was a difficult delivery for her. She ended up, her temperature started dropping on Saturday, which was the day of Hurricane Irene. And, it always works that way. Barometer pressure, and I guess it had something to do with maybe triggering her, or maybe she was just ready. That was day 60. Mi-Kis, or dogs in general, carry their pups 59 to 65 days, and she was almost right in the middle of that. She struggled though. She had a hard time. All day Saturday during the storm, her temperature was up and down and up and down. I thought, oh boy, we're going to be having puppies in the middle of a hurricane. But fortunately, she just kind of stabled out through the night, slept pretty peacefully. And then the next day, which was Sunday, after the storm, when we had absolutely no power, Jet started panting and started getting restless and started digging. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. Very good indication you're going to have a puppy is when the temperature starts getting a little sporadic, which means a normal temperature for a dog is like 101, and a girl who's going to go into labor that just starts dropping down from 99 and 98 down to 97, can go back up, can go back down, but that is a very good indication, not always, but a very good indication that you're going to have puppies within 12 to 24 hours. So anyways, we get hit with a hurricane, we have no power, and poor little Jet's panting and panting, and she starts pushing, and I've had a lot of litters, so I know that I should start seeing a puppy pretty soon, and we didn't. So we waited and waited for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and usually 2 hours is long enough. And at 2 hours, I told my husband, let's go. So we went to the emergency center, and they gave her some medication to augmentate her labor to get it harder so she could push the puppies out, and they were examining her. And poor little thing, she just could not get those puppies out. She was big enough. We had her x-ray. She was big enough. I guess she just didn't have the strength. So we opted for a cesarean section at 10 o'clock at night. It was either that or, we could have lost her or the puppies. And we were very blessed to find out that we didn't. And in doing that, sometimes a breeder has to use their intuition and know that either you move forward and you continue breeding the girl or you stop. And in the deep recesses of my heart, I just knew that I should not breed this girl again. So we had her spayed, and which is fine because we love our Jet. She's our sweetheart. She was one of my puppies from one of Layla and a stud in Ohio's breeding, and she's always had a really special place in my heart, and I love her with all my heart. She sleeps right next to me under my arm practically at night, and I just can't imagine my life without her. She's just a blessing. So I think we were just very lucky. We did the right things, and we brought her home the next day, and along with bringing her home, I came home to power in the house because the hurricane had knocked it out, which was a real big blessing because this is a whelping heating pad right here. It keeps the bed at a certain temperature, so because you don't want the puppies to get chilled. Puppies cannot get their temperature normal until they get to be around 2 weeks old, so they need to stay on a warm pad or next to mommy. And look at them, they're so sweet. And I was just lucky that the power was on, and I didn't have to find some way to boil water and put rubber gloves under here for 2 or 3 days to keep them warm. So she's doing really, really well. Due to the storm, we named our little male here Storm, or Stormy. And our little female, that night that they were born, was a full moon, and so we decided to name her Luna. She really, it looks so much like Jet when Jet was a baby. She was newborn. Both of them are doing well. They, believe it or not, they look a lot bigger than they were, but they look like they've doubled almost in weight, maybe more so, a little bit more. I'll have to weigh them tonight. But they were 3 ounces when they were born, and some of the smallest pups I have ever had. I was almost scared to pick them up. They were so tiny. But they're starting to fat up already, and they were born on the 28th, which was a Sunday evening. Today is Wednesday. They are, what, 3 days old? They had their dew claws removed today, this morning. We don't need dew claws on a dog. It's just, especially this breed, it can grow into the leg and can get infected, so we have them removed. Little Stormy here had dew claws on the front and the back, which is unusual. Usually they're just in the front. And little Luna had them only in the front. And they were really good. You know, sometimes I'd take them to the vet on the ride home after the dew claws were removed. They were screaming and crying, and they just want to get back to mommy in their bed. And you know, these guys pretty much slept all the way back. They're such a 2 little calm puppies. We're really pleased with this breeding. This is, like I said, Jet's first litter and her last, and we're just very happy that everything turned out well. I'm going to pull Luna off. Of course, she's going to go because she got a good grip on it. Nipple. I want to just show you her. I'll put her back on. Look at her little face. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm a little baby Luna Boona. Look at that coat. She's so pretty. I like this little tip right here. 2 little spots here. We also start the Super Dog tonight. If you don't know about that, that is a procedure that we do from day 3 and until they're 19 days old. And this is Stormy, and he's sweet. He's a little bit smaller than her, I think. Super Dog is a series of things we do. We lift them up. We lift them upside down. We lift them lay them on their back. We tickle their pads between their little paws with a little Q-tip, and we put them on a cold, damp towel. Each one of those things are done no more than 5 seconds, from 3 to 5 seconds. A lot of studies have shown that it creates early. It boosts the development of the brain, okay, neurologically, and creates calmer, more intelligent, healthier, confident dogs. The military has been doing it for a long time, and a lot of the IMR breeders do it. I think all of them do. And you know, I didn't do it years ago, and now I do it, and I see a huge difference. They do make it makes them smarter or calmer, because a lot of times puppies will be really rough with each other, and I notice that since I've been doing that, they are a lot better. They aren't nearly as vicious and mean, and they just seem to have so much confidence. You hear that high humming in the background. That is Layla. She wants in the room. Layla is Jet's mommy, and she can't come in here, but she wants to visit, so I apologize for that. Notice how Storm has this black line from head all the way down. These guys ought to be beautiful. What I see right now is really nice, but I mean, a lot of changes will be made. I don't anticipate them being big mee-kees. I also want to point out that if you see my video, October this year, in 2011, in the Dog Fancy, the mee-kee is being introduced, and we are very proud because as breeders we work very hard to get to these points in our recognition of the breed. It's a wonderful article. I advise you to go out and get one. If you see this video in a year on YouTube, you can probably go through the history of Dog Fancy and see it, but it's a very informative article. It's called The Gentle mee-kee. So thank you for visiting. We'll do another one of these in about a week, because I do my videos weekly. Both puppies are available for adoption. There's a possibility this one may be going to a breeder. I don't know yet, but please visit us again, and you can get updated on our website, which is www.meekeelover.com. Please call me, 804-745-4449. I'm always here to answer questions and talk about the breed. Okay, good night.